I am on a mission no one asked for to fix all the nonsense in cartoons. By the way, this will be part 2. Enjoy. I start with this classic Spider-Man comic scene. I mean, how in the Spider-Man universe is he considered tied up when the bandage is only wrapped around his waist and his arms are still completely free? By the way, you might ask how I knew he's Spider-Man. Well, this dude has a letter S engraved on his knee. Anyway, to fix this nonsense, I'll make sure to tie him tighter. I'll take this bandage and scale it up to the edge of his arms. I'll delete the extra part from both sides. And to make sure he won't set himself free easily, I'll duplicate the bandage a few more times. I'll also block the organic whip shooter on his wrist, so he can't use it to free himself somehow. Now this scene makes total sense, I guess. Next, we have the mayor from the Fairly OddParents, the show where the mean kid has imaginary parents that can grant any wish in the world, but he always wishes for some kind of chocolate shake or something. Anyway, we have a major problem here to solve. I mean, just how does the skeletal infrastructure of this dude actually work? Like, he has his hair on his invisible thick neck, and also, what with this giant dent on his face? Is it his chin? Or maybe he has some chronic condition? But more importantly, the obvious thing to fix in this chaos is his mouth and mustache. They're definitely not in the correct place. So let's move his mouth along with the mustache a little bit under his nose. Just like that. So much better. Next, we have a crab listening to music through his eyes.
What?
To be honest, this could be considered one of the least nonsensical scenes in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Hey, if we're underwater, how can there be a...
But last time I checked, crabs doesn't even have hairs, let alone hair through their eyes. They actually use more hairs on their legs to pick up vibration through their bodies. So let's take this useless headset from Mr. Krabs and modify it to fit his anatomical structure. I'll move this piece from his eye and put it on his body. I'll duplicate it to the other side so he can feel the music vibration better and connect the pieces with a wire from the Walkman in his pocket, since the Bluetooth doesn't work that well here. I'll also connect both air caps using a cable that goes under his nose to fix the headset in place. Also, Mr. Krabs is the richest person in the SpongeBob show, so let's make him only wear flagship tech pieces. Here you go. The scene is totally normal now, right? Next, we have a Stone Age man riding a square wheeled bicycle, or should I say a bi-square? The problem here, well, there are a lot of problems, but you see, he managed to make a circular crankset, but didn't do the same for the wheels. Also, there's no chain to connect the crankset to the rear wheel, so what's the purpose of the paddles then? I think this is what people call half progress. So my plan to fix this bi-square is to make every part of it squarish. I start with the crank disc, I redraw it, and then do the same with the paddles. Perfect. I'll give our new ridiculous invention a chain, but I don't know how this could even work. Maybe the chain will loosen up or break. Anyway, it's still better than the nonsense from before. By the way, this scene is from Woodpecker, yep, and I think the author gave a better solution to his useless bike. I guess this is why we didn't invent bicycles until the 1800s. Next, we have Peppa Pig, where the most of these cartoons characters have 4 eyes. Didn't get it?
No.
Let's take Peppa Pig, the main character, for example. This is her looking to the left or maybe to the right. Anyway, she has 2 normal eyes. And this is her looking to the other side. Yet, she still has 2 eyes, which means this should be her looking forward with 4 eyes. This might be the most cursed cartoon character ever. So, to fix her up, I need to leave only 1 eye on her face when she's looking sideways. I'll also delete this weird overprint issue here to make her ear actually look like it's behind her head. I'll move her mouth to the side a little bit for better perspective and stuff. And for a final touch, I drag the iris to the center of her eye to make her look less creepy. And we're done. Now she looks more natural, not like some alien pig from before. Now, Now, we've arrived at the most disturbing scene a mainstream kids cartoon could ever have. When I first saw this, I thought it was a joke and not a real scene from Arthur. I mean, there's no need for more any explanation, right? But what I don't know is that this is not how a healthy relationship between a bear and a chicken should be. So let's fix this nonsense. After a long thinking session between me and myself, this mix, have decided this bear got hungry, which is why he behaved like that. So I'll cut this chicken head real quick, and I think you understand what I'm trying to do. Now, this somehow reminds me of the grizzly bear from Dumb with Sentai mashed up with the Among Us body. So I'll implant that into our scene. But I'll keep this cute and bloodless because it is a family-friendly show in the end. I think I did a good job on this one, so bear with me before I chicken out. Next, we have the almost normal pigs having some fun with their father's memorial frame hanging on the wall. This could be seen as some kind of dark humor, but I think there's nothing wrong here, so let's move on. Or is there? I mean, if you look closely, how in the flying stars is this pig still alive? His head is turned 180 degrees. Unless we are counting owls, no mammal can survive after rotating their head like that. So maybe they need to hang another memorial for him too. Let's fix that. I'll cut his head real quick, flip it around, and reattach the head and shoulders like this. Ooh, this might be the fastest successful head transplant surgery you will ever witness. Next, we have the worst disguise in human history. I mean, this is Superman, and this is Clark Kent. To fix this ridiculous dilemma the author created for no reason, I think I'll give Superman a face mask just like the other superheroes. At first, I thought of using this Thanos mask from Walmart for some reason, cause anything is better than those thin glasses at this point. Anyway, the Thanos mask was a bad idea, so I'll make a custom one for our Superman, and I think I'll take this S logo he's so proud of from his chest, scale it down, and I'll place it on his face. Then I'll draw the rest of his new mask. I'll give it some shadows and outlines to match the original drawing style. And what do you think? At least I think it looks good. Next, we've got another classic, the godfather of old school cartoon, Popeye. One of my favorite vegan characters ever. And if you can't see what's wrong with this scene here, let me explain. You see, this is supposed to be Popeye's mouth, right? So where's in the living world is his pipe going through? Just where? Maybe if you look at the other side, it's something like this. I don't know. So to fix this for good, let's move his pipe here, flip it horizontally, and place it somewhere here. I'll extend the pipe until it actually reaches inside his mouth. Easy. I mean, it now somehow more believable, right? Finally, we have Doraemon. I've never watched an episode of this before, but I can definitely say this makes no sense. How can he bend his leg like that when they are 1 inch tall? How? Maybe he had a hidden mechanism that allows him to sit like that. Something like how owls have those weird hidden legs. Anyway, I think I recommend Doraemon for a limb lengthening surgery, and I'll be the surgeon. I'll cut his legs like this, place his top body here, and then reconnect his lower part again. Now that he's grown a few inches taller, I think he can freely sit however he wants. And no other cycle will ever need to fix him again.